Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 3 here on Expert Mode Greengrass. Almost at OGPP, but yeah, we're struggling today. But hopefully today's gonna be better, especially starting off with a skill trigger like that will hopefully help quite a bit. We are in a decent spot in terms of ingredients. We actually don't need Beware on the team right now, which is why you're seeing Ninetales on the team bringing in all the berries. Very good. Skill trigger from Dedenne is also very nice. That gives us at least 20% chance for extra tasty, which we desperately need because, yeah, it's rough out here. But let's go ahead and make this green grass salad. Let's get that thing. Let's drop in some apples. We got plenty of extra. We're going to get more from Gardevoir throughout the week. I wish we had a fire type healer, but sadly, no. Or really, not even fire type. Ground. Rock, fire, any of them would be nice. No extra tasty, 36,598. Long way to go to level this thing up. Sadly, I could have had an opportunity to do better last night. I did get several skill triggers from Luxray and Miascarada, so I was like, oh, cool, I got enough that I can make the coffee dress salad. I'm going to get the coffee beans and the sausage together to make it. That did not happen. I tried desperately for hours to get sausage from just Charizard and coffee from one of our Vicavolts. And even though Charizard was boosted, or not boosted, didn't have the penalty from being a non-favored berry because it's a sub berry, for whatever reason, Charizard, even with Ingredient Finder M, refused to give me more than 2 sausage at a time. And I was getting maybe 2 sausage every hour or 2. So that wasn't helpful. And coffee was kind of going the same way, but also Vikavolt has a 15% penalty because I don't have bug type berries this week. So I ended up putting Aggron on the team and the second Vikavolt and still did not get the coffee we needed, but did get the sausage we needed to make the meal. Yeah. So I still ended up having to make green grass salad, even though I had 120 something pot space, I think 110, plenty to make coffee dress salad, but just couldn't because I could not get the coffee. Just couldn't do it. So I'm hoping today goes better. We are at grade 2. I wanted to be at grade 3 by the end of yesterday. That obviously did not happen. But, you know, we're here. We're here to learn, and we're going to see what happens. For now, we're going to grab our 198 sleep points, puts us at a grand total of 3,798. And for our daily lottery, we can pick up 15 more diamonds. That's nice. That's nice. I am appreciating the diamonds. They are good. They are good. All right, let's jump into the sleep report. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, that's right. We have big new news today. I know we got big news. I don't know what it is. I was just told, big news, be ready. So I'm ready, but first, sleep report. We got to get that out of the way. Hopefully we can find something nice. 8 hours, 19 minutes of sleep. Yep. I even stayed up late trying to get the coffee. And I finally was just like, I can't stay up anymore, man. I got to go to sleep. And could not get that stupid coffee. Anyway, we got slumbering sleep on Expert Green Grass. I almost said OGPP again. My brain is really stuck on the OGPP. But we did get 6 spawns, so at least we got that. 31.7 million drowsy power, all 1 stars. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Okay. Well, I see a Shfeel and a Shelio. Haven't seen those in a while, I feel like. A Dodrio, is that a Squirtle or a Wartortle? Squirtle, I think. Magnemite, nothing new. Yeah, Squirtle and Magnemite. Bonsly. Well. You know what? We caught a pretty decent Magnemite the other day. Well, you know what? Maybe my plans have changed. It's been so long since I've seen a Shfeel. Apparently the last time I saw it, it was hungry and I gave it a Poke Biscuit. I was gonna say we're just gonna catch this Shfeel because I definitely need a better one. I have a pretty decent one, but not berry finding. So, wouldn't hurt to get a BFS Shfeel, but you know what? since we have big news and what I'm expecting that it's about means that we're probably going to need to save our biscuits, I'm just going to save our biscuits. We already have a pretty good Magnemite. There's no sense in wasting biscuits to catch a Magnemite when we already have a pretty good one with what is potentially coming up. So I'm just going to catch the Spiel and we're going to move on. And hopefully this is our berry finding Spiel. I've been trying for a while to catch a BFS Spiel and it just hasn't been happening. So maybe this is the one, but we'll see. Yet again, I feel like Squirtle candy is pretty reasonable to send out, but I think I am going to send out the Spiel candy. I feel like people don't have enough Spiel candy, but I also don't know if anybody uses Walrein anymore. But I'm going to assume, and this is probably a terrible assumption, that because I haven't seen it in a while, other people may not have enough candy, so that's why I'm sending it out. We did get 3,649 Research XP and 6,217 Dream Shards for a grand total of just about 10k Dream Shards today. Just about 10k. I mean, that's good considering what we saw today. So it's definitely a boost there. But it's not 50. It's not 50, but 10k. Here I am dogging on 10k when normally on a Wednesday we get like 1,500, 2,000. So I shouldn't be complaining at all. It's very good. It is very good. It just, Sunday really set me up to really want a lot more, I think. So that's my fault. That's my fault. That's me complaining about nothing. Let's move on. We've got this Spiel. And that is not BFS at 10. It is ABC. Got oil, sausage, and ginger. And then skill level up M, which not terrible. Not terrible, given that it's ingredient magnet. That's not bad. Helping speed S, also good. If we get berry finding at 50, could be pretty solid. Inventory up. Then ingredient finder S, and then skill trigger S. I mean, it is ingredient finding down. But if I'm being completely honest, the simple fact that this doesn't have berry finding means that I am not really super interested in this. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's just not great. It's good, but not great. And right now we're searching for great. We need greatness. On berry strength, it's about a 64, 63 PR, somewhere around there. Let's see with total strength. Yeah, I expected it to be better. I did expect it to be better since it's calculating everything in there. But again, good, but not great. Good, but not great is kind of the theme lately. Kind of a theme. Sorry, buddy. We're going to have to catch another Spiel, and this one's going to go live with the professor, and we're going to move on. PR 70-ish is around where that's settling out. Oh, it's actually getting lower. It was actually getting lower somehow. Anyway, let's move on. Let's check out this new news. Let's see what's up. We got a new medal, too. Very nice. This is what I figured the news was going to be about. The event coming up with the beasts. No surprise there. It had to happen. Oh, we got bundles, too. Triple week bundles. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Triple type week bundles. And then the beasts. That makes sense. So let's go over the thing that's coming up first. We got the bundles for the triple type week. To accompany triple type week, triple week bundles, Fire, Water, Electric Volume 1 will be available. Included within are items such as Pokemon incense and type-specific M-sized candies that can help you befriend and raise Fire, Water, and Electric-type Pokemon, which is very nice. M-sized candies. Let's see what we got. Yikes, I saw the price. They will be available August 23rd at 11 p.m. until September 1st at 11 p.m. The Triple Type Week Bundle Electric Volume 1, 1,500 diamonds for 6 Great Biscuits, 6 Poke Biscuits, a Plusle Incense, and a Minun Incense with 4 Electric-type medium candies, which is not bad. It's 25 electric candies each for 100 total. Not bad. Not bad. Especially, 1,500 diamonds. That makes a bit of sense. We've got 6 Great Biscuits, which is 1,200 diamonds separately, and then 6 Poke Biscuits. That's going to be 360, so you're getting a 60 diamond discount, which is not a huge discount. I feel like that is also becoming a theme, that the discount on biscuits is not that great. I feel like these bundles are getting kind of nerfed in their value in that sense. There are a singular Plusle and Minun Incense, which I feel like it... Hmm. Feel like it's a strange choice. Also a strange choice to do Plusle and Minun. I get they're the new electric types, but a strange choice to do Plusle and Minun when the other two bundles are a singular Pokemon. Kind of a strange choice. But yeah. 60 diamond discount on the biscuits and everything else for free. Again, the medium type candies is actually really good. But yeah. I don't know. I'm not super stoked about this one. This one's kind of a mid bundle. I feel like the rest are going to be the same, just going to change out the incense and the type candy, which, yeah, that's exactly what it is. I mean, I think the water bundle is probably the strongest one because Swampert is so strong as a ground berry specialist. While Blaziken is quite strong as a fire type berry specialist. Who is it that's right behind him? Oh man, we just looked at this yesterday too. Let's see, fire type berries. Not cherry berries. Oh, it's fighting. That's right, because the Blaziken does go to fighting. That's why I couldn't think of the fire type, because it didn't make sense. Yeah. It does outperform Primeape, but Marowak gets significantly outperformed. So I think, yeah. The water bundle is definitely the better of the three. The fire bundle coming in right behind it if you're strictly looking at the incense you get to try to catch that new Pokemon to add to your team. Plusle and Minun, they're cool, and I'm sure they have their uses. I don't even think I would say niche uses. I definitely feel like they can fit on teams more than just like one or two specific combinations. But I definitely feel like water and fire bundles are more valuable in terms of the difference between them because the biscuits are all the same. But these bundles are pretty mid considering you only get a 60 diamond discount on the biscuits. That feels pretty lame. But you do get the medium type candies, so maybe I'm not valuing those high enough at the moment. That is 100 candies. It is 100 candies for a Pokemon of that type. So it could be very useful. Yeah. These are kind of mid. Maybe a little more than that, but I'm not too stoked about these bundles. They're kind of meh, in my opinion. Even if I had the diamonds, I would probably buy the Mudkip one just to try to catch some Mudkips. But I wouldn't be really going out of my way to spend those diamonds. But they're your diamonds. Do what you want with them. If you think these bundles are fantastic, play the game your way. Have fun with it. That's what this is all about. We're here to have fun. So if you like them, go for it. Me personally, though, I'm not really a big fan. Anyway, let's go ahead and check the other news that is going to be more interesting. Come on, game. Load up. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. There it is. All right. So we've received a report that most areas, including Greengrass Isle, are undergoing massive environmental changes. Further research shows the environmental changes have happened in some of the areas that Raikou, Entei, and Suicune are active, so those Pokemon are being seen more often than usual. If we study the ecology of Raikou and the others in detail, we may have another chance to encounter them. Interesting that they specifically called out Raikou there. This 2-week event is a special opportunity to once again focus your sleep research on the legendary Pokemon Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. You'll also only be able to get Pokemon materials from sleep research while the event is going on. You can trade the Pokemon materials you collect at the event exchange for Raikou Incense, Entei Incense, Suicune Incense, and the new Premier Biscuit item. Premier Biscuit. Like the Premier Balls? Ooh, to help you encounter Raikou and the others again. Are Premier Balls gonna be more interesting than just regular Pokeballs this time around? We hope you're looking forward to this. I am. I'm very curious about these Premier Biscuits. I want to see what's up with them. Are they going to be, I assume, they're going to be just like the Legendary Biscuits, but they can work on any Legendary? That would be interesting. Also, is it going to be the silver ones or the red ones? I forget what the red Pokeballs are called. The ones you get for mystery gifts. I forget what those are called. but I'm wondering if it's going to be the silver Premier Ball biscuit or if it's going to be that red biscuit. I assume the silver one, but maybe they could surprise us. The event period is week 1. It's going to be September 8th at 4 a.m. until September 15th at 4 a.m. And week 2, September 15th at 4 a.m. until September 22nd at 4 a.m. On the event areas: Greengrass Isle, Cyan Beach, Tope Hollow, Old Gold Power Plant, and Greengrass Isle. So Lapis and Snowdrop getting left out. Yeah, for some reason I felt like I was missing an island there. I don't think I am. Lapis and Snowdrop getting left out. Yeah. I was gonna say it makes sense, but wait a minute. Doesn't Suicune spawn at Lapis? Or am I mistaken? I feel like Suicune spawns at Lapis, but Lapis? Wow, Lapis, but I haven't looked at it in a long time. In a long time. So maybe I'm mistaken on that one. But anyway, either way, not going to be on Snowdrop or Lapis. Mission periods, week 1 is September 8th until September 22nd, 4 a.m. to 4 a.m. And week 2 is September 15th to the 22nd, 4 a.m. to 4 a.m. The event exchange will last until Thursday, September 25th at 4 a.m. The event exchange can be used in all areas, which does make sense. The following effects will trigger in the applicable areas during this event. On all days, the Snorlax in the event areas will have Greppa, Leppa, and Oran berries. So the electric, fire, and water type berries set as their favorite berries for 2 weeks. So that's actually really interesting. Maybe we can make some interesting teams out of that. I feel like the fact that Greppa berries is there, though, is going to skew a lot of people towards making a very specific type of team. And it's going to be kind of hard to argue that. Maybe, just maybe, it's close to time for us to invest in that Pawmot that we have been holding off on investing in, hoping we would find a better one, and yet to have find a better one. Maybe it's almost time for that. Final strength gains from dishes will be multiplied by 1.1 or 2.2 for extra tasty dishes, or 3.3 for extra tasty dishes on Sunday. Why such a small bonus? Why? Why a 10%? It's always been 50% in the past. Okay. I guess it's because we're getting other bonuses too, but let's see. That's a weird one. The chance of any fire, water, or electric type helper Pokemon's main skill being triggered is multiplied by 1.25. That's cool. Usually also by 50%. So maybe because we usually get these bonuses separately and we're getting them all together, they're diminished. That's my guess. You know, rare opportunity for them to just let us have a really, really crazy event buff for this. Since I doubt this kind of event is going to be coming around all that often. So could have been a really good time to just have a, you know, absolute bonkers buffs. That would be crazy. But apparently not. A limited time event exchanges will be available. Yep. You can obtain event items through sleep research once per day. Don't know if it's going to be the mains or if it's going to be something different this time around, since all 3 of them are in one event. So, yeah, I don't know how they would do the mains with all the other Pokemon. Yeah, that's, it's probably going to be something different. Certainly going to be something different. Certain Pokemon will be more likely to appear during sleep research. A few Pokemon of different sleep types, pseudo-balanced. Good, that's what we want, is pseudo-balanced. On week 1, the main skill levels of Fire, Water, or Electric helper Pokemon will be boosted by 3 when they trigger. And on week 2, main skill levels will be boosted by 5 when they trigger. And a bigger Snorlax will appear, and it can be raised starting at a certain strength. I forget exactly what it was. Let me know in the comments if this is incorrect. I feel like it was whatever the strength value Snorlax needed to be Ultra 1 at Greengrass. Whatever that number was, 200k, 250k, whatever that number to get to Ultra 1 is on regular Greengrass. I feel like that's where they all started last time. But again, if I'm wrong on that, correct me in the comments. I'll pin that if that is incorrect. But I think that's what it was. And then the second Sunday of the event, we will get Drowsy Power multiplied by 1.5. So a nice little capstone. Not too bad, not too bad. That'll be pretty good. That'll be good. This is also an interesting time to perhaps go to expert mode, but let's see. If you participate in the event in an expert area, the bonuses will change as follows. Snorlax's main favorite berry for the week will be selected randomly from fire, water, or electric type, and the sub-favorite berries will be the remaining two. But you still get all the other buffs. So, could be good, because you know the 3 berries you're going to get in expert mode. So that could be very nice. Feel like the spawn pool is going to be kind of crowded, so if you're looking for the legendary beasts, may not be the best choice, but could potentially be very good if you, since we know the 3 berries we're going to get, you could plan very accordingly and actually do really well there. That could be really interesting. But you still get all the other buffs too, so that will help as well, getting the skill trigger buffs and the cooking buffs. So might actually be a good time. Might actually be a good time to go to expert mode, especially on week 2 with the boosted Snorlax. That does have some potential. I kind of like the idea. I kind of like it. Especially with the skill levels being boosted and not having to worry about that. Okay. I kind of like that. I kind of like it. We'll see. We might do that. The greater appearance rates. The following Pokemon are more likely to appear during this event. Note in the areas where the event is not being held, Snowdrop, Tundra, and Lapis Lakeside Raikou, Entei, and Suicune will not have a greater appearance rate, which makes sense. It's not being held there. Please be aware that the appearance rates for Raikou, Entei, and Suicune will be different in each of the areas where the event is being held. Ha! There we go. So the greater appearance rate is going to be Raikou, Entei, Suicune, the beasts. That makes sense. A slightly greater appearance rate. I'm not going to read this ever-expanding list of Pokemon, but I like how they broke it up this time. It's very clean this time around. But yeah, those are all going to be slightly boosted, which does make sense. It's all of the water, electric, and fire types that are in the game. So cool. Pokemon you can encounter in each area. Yeah, look at that list on Greengrass. It does not get much shorter. It actually looks like the same list for expert and regular Greengrass. Yikes. I don't know where I'm gonna go. I do know that my weakest beast is Entei, so maybe Taupe Hollow is a good call. Yeah, we will have the set berries, so I know what I'm looking for in terms of a team. Could be a really interesting time to use a solid electric or water team on Taupe Hollow and really get some good performance, because honestly, my fire type Pokemon are kind of slacking except for Ninetales. Ninetales is really the only, I mean, I do have a really good Arcanine too, but unfortunately his main skill is kind of not great. So that's kind of bad, but maybe this is the time to go try to hunt a better Entei. Just maybe. I can't really get a better Suicune. When we caught the Suicune, the PR was 99. It's almost impossible to get a better one. So I'm not even going to bother hunting Suicune. I do also technically need a better Raikou, but my Raikou is technically better than Entei. So yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do for this week, for the triple type week, but I would highly advise going through this list, seeing what there is that you need to hunt, and go to those areas to hunt those specific Pokemon. That is the best advice I feel like I can give at this point on that, as far as where to go. Pokemon materials, blah, blah, blah. You can exchange these for items, other items at the event exchange. You can check to see how many you have at the event exchange. They do not go into your bag's item pocket, which is good. You can obtain these only during the event, and after the event ends, you can still exchange them until the exchange closes. You will lose any remaining Pokemon materials once the event exchange period ends. Makes sense. Just like always. All right, sleep research. This is the main way to get Pokemon materials. Cool. Yep. So just like always, we get it based on what sleep styles and what Pokemon show up. Limited time missions. You get Pokemon materials by completing the event missions. Makes sense. Legendary Research Bundles Volume 1 and Last Chance Bundles have not been announced until right now, I guess. So, of course, we got those to look forward to. We knew that the bundles would be coming, but now we know what they are. We're going to get 2 sets of bundles. We'll see the news once that comes out. Research community. In rare cases, you can get materials from your research community. So if you don't have a full friends list, now's the time to get into the Discord and go fill up your friends list. We have an entire section dedicated just to friend codes to make sure that everybody has a full community of friends so that you can max those out. So I would go do that right now. The following limited time special gift will be distributed only to those who do not have the research community button on their main menu. So this is for people who, I think it's a minor account is what it's called, that don't have access to the research community option. So they get a special gift where they get 70 Pokemon materials at the beginning of the event's first week and again at the beginning of the second week. So you got to make sure to log in though, otherwise you don't get them. So that's good. That's good. Cool, cool, cool. All right. The event exchange. Are you going to tell us anything interesting? You can exchange Pokemon materials for Raikou, Entei, Suicune Incense, Premier Biscuits, Main Skill Seed, and more. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. All right. I mean, it's kind of to be expected, though, at this point. I feel like it's pretty standard for events. Also, the Raikou, Entei, Suicune Incense, and Premier Biscuits will be added at a slightly lower exchange rate during the second week of the event, as per usual. So that's good. That's good stuff. We know how incense work. Premier Biscuits. These biscuits can be used during the event with specific Pokemon. These can only be used with the beasts during the event. One Premier Biscuit increases their friendship points by 6. So yeah, it is the legendary biscuits, just it works on all of them rather than individual Raikou, Entei, Suicune biscuits. So that's good. After the event exchange closes, any Premier Biscuits you have will be automatically converted into Great Biscuits. So, you know, a decent time to maybe get some Great Biscuits on the cheap. Not too bad, not too bad. Special Pokemon, you can only have one on your team. Raikou, Entei, and Suicune are all special Pokemon. You can only have one. And for each species of special Pokemon, the nature and subskills will be identical to the first one befriended by each researcher. So if you haven't caught one yet, we do already know what they're going to be. Spoiler alert, they're kind of middle of the road. They're not bad, but they do require some investment to get them to be not pretty decent, but decent. Highly recommend. This is what I did, but I highly recommend getting a Master Biscuit, catching that first one immediately, and see if you like it. If you don't, you can immediately start going to hunting better legendaries. But Master Biscuit is really nice for that scenario. Also, Master Biscuit, you can just instantly catch one. Even if you've already caught your first one, you can catch your second, third, fourth, seventh, 12th, whichever one. Maybe it'll be the one. I just don't like the gamble once you don't know what the sub-skills are going to be. But using a Master Biscuit on something you know the sub-skills are going to be decent, I think is an all right compromise. But it's your game. Play it the way you want. Notes are going to be all pretty much the same. Yep, same notes as always. We're not going to go over those, but a lot of new news to go along with this. And yeah, it is wow, it is gonna be, wait a minute, September 8th to the 22nd. Yeah, hold on, why is my game running so slow today? Come on, game, get it together. We have things to do, game. There we go. August 23rd. Yeah, that's right. For some reason, I was thinking we were already towards the end of September. Yeah, August 23rd to September 1st. Man, my days are off. All right, cool. So we got the triple week bundles coming up, 23rd to the 1st. And then a couple weeks later, we got the, a week downtime. Then the Legendary Beast event. Gonna be a good time. Got to figure out where I'm going to go for that. Like I said, expert mode actually seems kind of interesting for this event, but I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I got to figure that out. But what I do know is that I have medals. I don't know how many or for what. For getting to Great 1 on Expert Greengrass. Oh man, we made it. 3 small handy candies. That's very good. You know what? I sound very sarcastic, but that is good. We do need those. We're running low on handy candies, so I will definitely take them. We also have community reports. I tried to collect before I went to bed last night, but it kept telling me I had none. I'm not sure if that's because I had 50 during yesterday's video, but even at like 1 in the morning, I had 0. And it said that it would reset in like 2 hours. And I was not staying up 2 more hours just to collect more, but we got 36. with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 out of 36. Okay, well, you know what? That's more than 25%. So I'll take that Gorg. The Borg, we made it to level 1. Does that mean we got another one? Crisis Hero. Yep, level 1. Just the 2 level 1s today for 2 more small handy candies, which I definitely need. So I will put those to good use. For now, we need to figure out what we're going to do about this team. Let's check our pantry real quick. We still don't have what we need. See, I was three coffee short. 3 coffee short of being able to make that for dinner last night. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. But as far as green grass goes, definitely gotta get more oil. We do have Toxicroak on the team already. Ninetales is actually bringing in a somewhat decent amount of corn, but I feel like I'm gonna have to put Beware on the team later. We have enough potatoes to get us through breakfast tomorrow. So once we hit breakfast tomorrow, then we can put Meowscarada on the team tomorrow. I'm not worried about potatoes right now. Plus, I think we're getting a little bit of potatoes from Doug Trio anyway. And since we only need 9, we might be able to get through lunch, but probably just gonna go ahead and do a Meowscarada tomorrow just to not have to worry about it. Snoozy. No, I lied. Doug Trio's tomatoes. Never mind. Doug Trio is tomatoes. Snoozy tomatoes. We do have Doug Trio on the team. I might have to put Luxray on the team because, yeah. Doug Trio, while we're getting the favored berries, is not bringing in the tomatoes as quickly as I would like. So that's kind of where we're at. Ninetales, though, is doing beautiful work. Each of these berries is 219. So that's really good. Hey, look, 3 more berries. However, look at that, figgy berries. Figgy berries are cool, but not quite what we need. They are getting 142, and Meowscarada and Luxray were only giving me like 110. So we are getting more from having Doug Trio on the team, but we're not getting the ingredients we need to make the meals. So that's not helpful. Not super helpful, you know? So it makes sense. Yeah, 109. I'm pretty sure that's what Meowscarada and Luxray were also bringing in. Somewhere around that. Yeah, not great. But we do, I think we put Luxray on the team, get the tomatoes up to a certain point, then swap in Doug Trio for the berries. Or Marowak. Unfortunately, though, Marowak is only level 31, so his berries are not super strong. But at least they're multiplied by 2.4, so that's something. It's still, even at base, it's still going to be more than what Luxray is bringing in. But it's rough. It's rough, man. The 0% area bonus is rough. That's all I can say. But we're here, and we're making it happen. Slowly, but surely. So we're good on potatoes. We're doing good on corn for now. I will need to check corn before I go to bed and see if we need to put Beware on the team overnight to get some corn. But we're actually in a pretty decent spot. We already got Toxicroak on the team. Toxicroak is probably going to be a staple on the team pretty much the entire week. So there's that. Also, I was going to say this might be the time to level up and work on our Palmot, but I keep confusing the citrus berries with the grappa berries because they look similar in color. Where is Luxray? There you are. I do think I need to get him to level 50 though. XP gains down is so bad though. It's so bad and I don't have any candies. It's going to take a while to get him to 50. If he wasn't 50, we'd be in a much better boat. Much better. But unfortunately, no. Honestly, I think I'm going to run this team for now. I do want to get a few more extra tasty chances, and then I can swap Raichu out. Raichu? Wow, Dedenne. I cannot speak. Cannot speak. Okay, well, anyway, I want to get some extra tasty odds before I swap Dedenne out. Wrong electric mouse. Yes, that's all 5 of my Pokemon. However, one thing that somebody pointed out in the comments, I forget who it was, but thank you. You know who you are. I appreciate the tip. The one thing I did do is I went to my berry team and I hit help me pick. and I selected berry finding to try to help me pick, given this current situation, what would be the best. No surprise, Raichu was on the team, but apparently these are my best choices. And honestly, Quilava's cool. It's favored, well, sub-favored berry right now. But I think if I'm going to run this team overnight, I would rather... Would I put Gardevoir on the team? Maybe not. Maybe not. If this team was running during the day, I would put Gardevoir on just to keep their energy high. But overnight, I don't think we should. I don't think we should. I think we should leave it as is. The other thing I thought about doing was, since I got the berry bonus for 2.4 times on all of the 3 berries that I have, maybe running an Entei team. But again, my Entei is not great, so not the best choice, I don't think. But yeah, it's rough out here. It's very rough out here. I don't really like, I'm just trying to figure it out as we go. And I kind of like the idea that we're figuring it out as we go. But for now, I'm switching between the 2 teams. Probably going to regret it. I actually probably need to take Quilava off the team and put Toxicroak on just to make sure we keep up with oil production, because that could hurt. That could hurt us quite a bit. And that 15% penalty to Toxicroak is not helping either. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We are in a somewhat okay place. I have not had to skip a meal yet or change up what I wanted to make outside of the fact that we couldn't make coffee dressed salad, but I have been able to make green grass salad every meal so far. So, you know, that is at least going well. But for now, I'm kind of just trying to check every couple hours and react accordingly. Getting to have Ninetales on the team as much as we have so far has actually been really good. So I can't complain too much about that. Other than that, though, we're just kind of chilling. And reacting to how things go. So I'm going to collect these missions. We did get to Grade 2, which is 2,060 Dream Shards, which we do need, and another 3 small handy candies for giving him 444 of his favorite berries. I was going to say I don't know if we're going to get to Ultra 4. We are already halfway there in terms of the number of ranks, but in terms of strength, we got a ways to go. I'm pretty sure we're not getting Master 3. We can get most of the rest of this. Yeah, most of the rest of this we can get. We've already almost got Ground type done. Fire type will be done. Rock type. I could put Golem on the team. Get us some potatoes overnight. Could put him on the overnight team. Maybe do that instead of the Marowak, because Marowak is only level 31 anyway. So I could do that, and that way we could get all of those done. That would be very nice. That would be nice. I think we can finish most of these. We could probably do all but Master 3 out of these missions this week. So we're going to try to get that done. But again, expert mode is hard. It's not taking any prisoners. It is definitely testing me. And without having investments made in a lot of random Pokemon, it's gonna be rough. But the one thing I did miss that I didn't notice till after the video yesterday was this button up here in the top where you can just click on EX up in the top and it tells you everything. So real quick rundown for me. Rock types help out 10% faster. Also, main skill levels will be boosted by 1 for rock types when they trigger. And Snorlax gets 2.4 times more strength than usual from berries, which will apply to all of mine because that's the weekly buff that I got. So fire type also gets that 2.4 and ground also gets the 2.4. But rock gets the other extra stuff, the 10% faster and the extra main skill level. And then for other types, they help out 15% slower, which is fantastic for me. Yay. Yay. Also, somebody pointed out that I got the taupe berries. Rock, fire, and ground are the set berries for Taupe Hollow. So I'm basically doing hard mode taupe. So that's fun. That's fun. Taupe is one of my weakest islands because I don't have good Pokemon for it. And salads is my, I got the worst. Taupe is not my weakest island, I don't think, but it's one of my weakest islands, and salads is definitely my weakest recipe type. So I just got set up for great success by the RNG that I got. So that's fun. But we're here. We're going to make the best of it. We get expert mode taupe hollow. And yeah, we're going to see what happens. But that's where I'm going to wrap things up for today. We got a lot of news. Let me know, as always, of course, your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Also, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. And a huge shout out to our ace trainers, Illusion, YT, Husky Star, JP, Barty, Rogue, Bastion, Josh Garrett, and SDK Posse. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you would like to support the channel, you can do so for as little as $1 per month by clicking that subscribe plus or that join button right below this video. While you're down there, you can also find the links to my Ko-Fi for a one-off donation if you prefer, as well as the links to the live streams and live stream channels and the Discord where you can come hang out with us, fill up your friends list, and talk about Pokemon Sleep. But other than that, y'all have a good night, and until next time, later, dudes.